there, it's me again, Cate Davis, with another part of the story of Merely the Meerkat. If this is your first time meeting our tiny heroine, you can quickly catch up by visiting merelythemeerkat.com. That's MERELYTHEMEERKAT.com. All one word, just like that, where you can find the previous parts of the story. Today, we accompany Merely as she learns her first lessons about doing chores and is introduced to her very peculiar and frustrating allergy. The mob of meerkats had welcomed their newest member with great joy. Merely was pure meerkat with large cocoa brown eyes surrounded by deep brown circles, and she had a shiny silvery back. She was, like all meerkats, swift and agile, smart and curious. So curious was this breed, the mobs had devised a special meerkat security system with wondrous winding underground mazes of tunnels and caves where they all slept at night, safe and hidden from the dangers of the Kalahari. Merely loved her home and her life on the desert. She loved romping about with the other pups, as the young ones are called, eagerly joining in games of hide and seek in the twisting tunnels. Merely knew these tunnels like the back of her paw, so she almost always won the games. Sometimes the pups would sing silly songs and dance wildly, spinning and leaping with meerkat joy. Anyone who might be lucky enough to witness this meerkat ballet could not help but be amazed. The day Merely celebrated her first birthday, she was still very tiny, even by tiny meerkat standards, and although she was only 1 year old, it was time for her to begin her formal education. Her mother, Myrnie, possessed great knowledge and wisdom, and it was her responsibility to teach her young pup everything she needed to know about helping to keep the meerkat home clean and tidy, the delicate art of making beds for midday slumbering and napping. She gave her tips on meerkat sitting to assure that the new babies were well cared for while their mothers and fathers were off working for the good of the mob. Myrnie also schooled Merely in how to hunt for scorpions and grubs for the pups to eat at mealtimes. The older meerkats ate rodents and lizards, but the pups were best nourished on a dish of smooshed up scorpions and grubs. This yummy goop, this squishy glop, was called, quite simply, mush. One day, Merely proudly returned from her hunt with lots and lots of grubs, but not one single scorpion. Myrnie cocked her head and asked, "Merely, where are the scorpions?" Merely seemed confused.
"But Mother, I have all these grubs. Why do I need scorpions?"
Myrnie took Merely by her little paws and carefully explained, "Grubs are for texture. They make the mush stick to your ribs. But scorpions are for taste. Scorpions make the mush taste delicious."
"Oh," said Merely, suddenly understanding the importance of the scorpions. "Don't move. I'll be right back."
And off she scurried, soon to return with a bounty of scorpions to add to her bounty of grubs. But, as much as our girl loved the hunt for the ingredients of the mush, the crunchy, salty scorpions and those stick-to-your-rib grubs had an interesting effect on her. No sooner had she gobbled down a meal of the tasty morsels than she began to sneeze, and then she would sneeze some more. "Oh dear," Myrnie explained with motherly concern. "You, my sweet, are allergic to the mush, allergic to the only food you can eat." Merely looked at her mother, her eyes watering, her nose dripping like a leaky faucet. "There's nothing we can do, sweetheart. You need to eat, so you'll just have to bear this burden." Merely wiped her teary eyes and nodded in sad agreement.